This is the Intercontinental Ballistic Missile Gambit, the ICBM, and the name says it all. It's fast, it's violent, and if black's not ready, it hits like a bomb. White gives up material early. Pawns, knights, even a bishop, all to rip open the king's defense before your opponent knows what's happening. So how do we reach the ICBM Gambit? There are two main paths. Start with pawn to e4. Black replies with pawn to d5. Then you play knight to f3, or more commonly, start with knight to f3. If black plays pawn to d5, you then play pawn to e4. White tempts black into taking the central pawn. This move order avoids sidelines and often forces black into the gambit structure. After black captures on e4, white plays knight to g5, immediately putting pressure on the f7 square. If black continues with knight to f6, white pushes pawn to d3. After black captures, pawn takes on d3, then bishop takes on d3, and the setup is complete. White has sacrificed a pawn, but the pieces are active and ready for tactical blows. This is where the gambit earns its explosive name. If black now plays pawn to h6 to chase the knight, white doesn't retreat. Instead, the famous move, knight captures on f7. Sacrificing a knight to fork black's queen and rook. Black almost always captures back. King takes on f7. Then comes the follow-up. Bishop to g6, check. That's a check, and at the same time a discovered attack on the queen. If black takes the bishop, king takes on g6, white responds with queen captures on d8, winning the queen. In just 8 moves, the board has exploded. White gave up a pawn and a knight, but took black's queen in return. Now, a few important details most guides skip. Move order matters. If black doesn't play pawn to h6, you may need to adjust. If you slow down, your initiative disappears, and you're just down material. Few opponents know this line well. That means your chances of success go up, especially in fast time controls or casual play. There are also traps to avoid as white. After bishop to g6 check, some players get greedy and grab material too fast, but if your queen dives in at the wrong moment, black can counter with moves like bishop to b4 check, using a discovered check to attack your queen. Let's look at one of the cleanest versions of the ICBM Gambit, knight to f3. Black plays pawn to d5, then pawn to e4. Black captures with pawn takes on e4. You jump in with knight to g5. Black plays knight to f6. Next, you push pawn to d3. Black captures. Pawn takes on d3. Then bishop takes on d3. Black tries to kick your knight with pawn to h6. You go for it. Knight captures on f7. Black recaptures with king takes on f7. Then bishop to g6 check. If black captures, king takes on g6, white finishes with queen takes on d8. Here, white has traded a pawn and a knight for black's queen. The king is exposed, black's development is behind, and white has strong practical chances. Of course, best defense might reduce white's advantage, but in real games, the sheer violence of the position often causes mistakes. The Intercontinental Ballistic Missile Gambit is not a safe everyday opening, but as a surprise weapon, it's devastating. If you've tried it, or have your own favorite gambit, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, stay sharp and keep attacking.